Hey, what's going on, crypto people? Listen, we're going to go over the numbers, but the market is doing what the market does. Happy freaking Saturday to each and every one of you. We got a congressman calling out Ripple. Yeah, we're going to get into that. It kind of goes along with my main concern about Ripples and the CBDC space. We'll get into it. We'll talk a little bit more about it. We got other Congress people joining and filing amicus brief on behalf of Coinbase. I find that to be interesting and fascinating as well. We got a couple of lawyers from the XRP community chiming into that as well. We'll get into it. So listen, guys, this is your XRP Ripple daily news in around 0 to 10 minutes. Let's do it. So according to CoinGecko, screw coin market cap. The total cryptocurrency market cap is at 1.22 trillion. It's down from over 3 trillion for all the new people in the back. The Bitcoin dominance is at 46.9%. No alt season is happening with Bitcoin at 46%. Just not happening. It's not going to happen. Bitcoin's trading at $29,451 again. Ethereum is trading at $1,851 again. And XRP is trading at 63 cents again. Nothing really to report in the market. We got green on the 7-day. But not a lot of double figure greens. So again, guys, listen, the market's just doing. It's just doing what the market does. I'm still planning on a 24,000 Bitcoin in the crypto season home. That's just me, but I'm planning on it until my guy, Gareth Soloway changes or Data Dash changes. I'm not changing. That's kind of where I am, fam. It's kind of where I am. We're going to address something that I have said on, if you guys have been tuning into my live stream, the Crypto Siege, you know I've been saying this. I did videos about, is Ripple the company for us or against us? And I think a lot of people think they're for us because they hold XRP, they use the XRPL ledger, and they use the digital asset XRP. My biggest concern has been this Ripple is very, very swift and they're nimble and they pivot often, right? Their model is, you know, they've pivoted to this thing where they're going where they think there's going to be an issue, right? Where they think there's going to be an issue, they're going there, which is a little different. It's a little different to find out where everyone else is going and get there first. It's a little different because where everyone else is going is a trending to something. Now, some might argue that CBDC is a trend. It's happening. It's a trend thing. But Ripple didn't just start this today or last month. They've been on this CBDC thing for a minute, as we like to say. But in any case, we know about CBDCs. How comfortable are you with a company that is providing the infrastructure for these CBDCs? And this is the thing where I say, is Ripple for us or is Ripple for the shareholders of that company? Okay, shareholders of the company are like, let's get our toe in everything, right? But the digital asset space, the XRP holders, I don't think we're excited about a CBDC. Now, here's the issue. It could be great for Ripple's business model, but is it great for you as a retail investor? You got to ask yourself that. But that has been my dilemma. That has been my pause or hesitation or point of contention, right? Of all the great technology and all the things that you could do with Ripple, the company, why CBDCs? It's just been something that's been lingering. It's just been kind of, bothering me because, they got great technology. They can go in a lot of areas. Is this a money grab? What is it? Right? Is it just, we didn't program the CBDCs. We left it up to the individual entities to program the CBDCs, the individual central banks, the individual people at the central banks. We didn't program it for surveillance. They programmed it for surveillance. Is that going to be the argument? And I bring it up because we got a congressman who is pro crypto, by the way, I see people calling out Warren Davidson, people like Di and others in the XRP community calling out Warren Davidson and incorrectly calling them out, because he didn't call Ripple the company evil. He called the CBDC evil. Warren Davidson called the CBDC evil. And most of the people in the crypto community fall in line with that. But he's pointing out the fact that Ripple is providing this infrastructure. Right? Now, is that a backwards way to do the bidding of Joseph Lubin and Consensus? Could Warren Davidson possibly be in the pocket of the Enterprise, the Enterprise Ethereum Alliance? He would just be on the list. If he was, he would just be another one on that list of Congress people who have people in their pockets. But I think he makes an interesting point. He says here, Warren Davidson, central bank digital currency is evil. He didn't say Ripple die. He didn't say Ripple. He said the CBDC is evil. The financial equivalent of the Death Star. Don't become an accomplice to anyone designing, building, testing, developing, or establishing a CBDC. And this is the thing I have, that's my one point of contention in terms, and I love the company Ripple. I love what they're doing. I love that they're using the XRP ledger and using the digital asset XRP. I love that they have absolutely disrupted the corresponding banking model with RippleNet and what they're doing with ODL for small and medium enterprise businesses and financial institutions. I love all of that. But the CBDC thing has always been my point of contention. Do me a favor, let me know in the comments, what do you think about Ripple providing infrastructure for the CBDC? Let me know in the comments what you think. So Bill Morgan says the Blockchain Association's amicus brief in the Coinbase matter explains how the SEC's unlawful expansion of the meaning of the term investment contract could extend to any products a consumer may expect to increase in value because of others' efforts, such as a Rolex watch. And it's a great comparison, I think, from the Blockchain Association. I think it's a great comparison because everyone is familiar with it. And with the Rolex watch, when you tie that in, right, it's a very good visual for the judge. It's a very good. People aren't buying Rolex watches. People buy the Rolex watch like this or this or this or that, right? They get this Rolex watch. Are they saying now because they bought this Rolex and this company behind Rolex that is advertising, that is doing everything to increase the value, that now somehow the Rolex is a security? I think it's a great example. I think it's a great example. I really do. Bill Morgan, I think, hit it on the head with this one but yeah, the Blockchain Association, in fact, did file an amicus brief in the Coinbase or the SEC versus Coinbase. Interesting stuff coming from the Blockchain Association. Metalon, man, what's going on, my guy? He alerted us to the fact that Senator Cynthia Lummis just filed an amicus brief supporting Coinbase motion to dismiss the SEC's complaint. We all know that Senator Lummis is co-sponsor of the Lummis-Gillibrand crypto regulation bill. Senator Lummis' brief argues that, number one, Congress has not granted the SEC authority to regulate crypto assets. Defining the contours of crypto regulation in this country is a job for Congress and not the SEC. The SEC's claim that virtually all crypto assets are security exceeds the SEC's authority, encroaches on Congress lawmaking, and contravenes the separation of powers. It's a big statement. It's a very big and massive statement. I'm just not sure why Chair Gare did not expect this to happen. We said it on our channel all the time. All Congress needs is just a little teeny bit of something to run with. And they were going to just turn on a chair again. So it just needed a little something. Now, we thought it was going to be the SEC gate. This is what we thought it was going to be, that. But it appears to be, in my humble opinion, the judge's ruling, Judge Torres' ruling in the SEC versus Ripple case. And they're using that because they know, Congress knows, right? You know, Congress get in this room with their staff people and their lawyers and say, hey, what can we do now that we got this ruling, right? Because the end game for Congress people is the next election, right? And they have it now. They have this thing that they can do to seek to come across as favorable to the digital asset space, which is going to be a major voting power in the coming elections. They know it. They get the data. They know. All right. So defining the contours of crypto regulation. No, I already read that. The SEC claimed that virtually all crypto assets are security, exceeds the SEC's authority, encroaches on Congress's lawmaking, and contravenes the separation of powers. It's a bold statement. It's a very, very, very bold statement. And putting a new spin on the regulation by enforcement terms, Senator Lewis said, declares that the SEC cannot legislate by enforcement. Excellent work, says Meta Lawman. Excellent work by the lawyers at Jenner and Block. Well said. Well done. I told you guys, the Congress just needed a little bit of something. Well, we all wonder when Congress was going to do something. When was Congress going to do something? When was Congress going to do something? Well, when you get something that is now law in the SEC versus Ripple ruling, they can run with that. And that's what they're doing. They don't have to stand alone. They don't have to be out there on a limb by themselves. They got this big judgment or ruling in the SEC case. Jeremy Hogan has something to say about Meta Lawman's Senator Lemmer's tweet here. It's interesting. He says, a senator filing an amicus brief stating that the SEC has exceeded its authority as given to it by the Senate. First, that is very compelling. Second, he says, wow, that is my legal oh, that is my legal analysis. Good stuff. Now I'm going to end this video with the GOAT himself, the modern investor. The GOAT. The dude has been doing content around XRP before any content creator came to this space. The GOAT, the modern investor, is sharing something. Let me see. Let me find my thing here. See if I can't find my post. It's no longer a tweet, legendary. No longer a tweet. Here it is right here. The GOAT, modern investor. Guys, do make sure you follow this guy on Twitter at Modern Invest. The GOAT, the modern investor, schooling once again the often, I should have said oft, but I don't want to sound, like bougie. Once again, the often confused about XRP. Shout out to Riz for sharing this. Hope you're doing well, my guy. Take a listen to the Modern Investor. Follow him on Twitter at Modern Invest and on YouTube, the YouTube channel, The Modern Investor. Dude's got 230,000 subs on one channel and 50,000 on another. Let's take a listen.
I get that humans have a huge amount of bias against many things, whether they be right or wrong. But to constantly still listen to like stuff that people told you back in 2017 that was all completely fake, and to hear that Ripple, the company, is just constantly expanding around the world. They're in the same exact group as JP Morgan and Goldman Sachs. And for you to still sit there with your arms folded and be like, well, I'm still not buying it. It's not more so for you to buy it. I've seen that so many other times before. People posting on Twitter, not even just on my Twitter, but in general. A coin might do really well. They have like amazing partnerships. And I'm talking more about like Polygon in this instance. They'll have really good partnerships. And people are like, well, I'm not buying it. I'm buying some other coin. And I'm like, I don't understand how you, it's not even writing on the walls. It's like writing on your desk. It's writing on your floors. It's like when you go into the bathroom, it's also written in the mirror. It's kind of just everywhere there. But, you know, at the end of all of it, I think in 5 years, I've always imagined or predicted we will see the biggest winners within this space. And I think a lot of people are going to be very annoyed with themselves for having thrown money into other terrible projects. Like, name other projects that have as many partnerships as Ripple right now. Like, and I mean like of this size. I'm not talking about a partnership with Amazon Web Service. I'm not talking about one with like some candy shop somewhere in like New Mexico. I mean like an actual like mega partnership or joining an association like this, except for Ethereum, except for Bitcoin and Polygon. Anyway, that's the Ripple has joined the International Swaps and Derivatives Association. When something comes of this, we will be hearing about it because that's how the cryptocurrency news works. These companies make sure that we always hear when something is happening with them and how much money they're making and how much money they're moving around. So, yeah, that's the Ripple news.
So there it is right there. The GOAT himself, the modern investor, laying it down once again, educating those who they just can't understand it. They just, Mark Yusko, I just can't figure this XRP thing out. Hilarious to me. All right, guys, listen, this wraps up your XRP Ripple daily news in around 0 to 10 minutes. I hope that it has been of value to you. If it has, do me a favor, hit that like button. It's the absolute best thing you can do for the channel. And right up there with hitting the like button, if you've been hanging out watching the Crypto Siege, please consider subscribing to the channel and ringing that notification bell so you know whenever we go live or whenever we upload a video. I'm going to end this one like I do all my videos to remind you guys of this, that old money doesn't want you to win. But that's okay, though, because you and I, we're already winning. I'll talk to you soon, guys. See ya. Bye.